Customers don't just buy products, they buy experiences, they buy emotions, and they have a sense, or they help to provide a sense of belonging. The first is that the key to keeping ahead is not just about keeping up with trends, but it's actually anticipating them. And to do that, businesses need to embed customer insight into really all their decision making, leveraging real-time data and feedback loops to stay in sync with shifting needs. And I think the best brands, they don't just react, they set the standard by continuously innovating around their customers' evolving expectations. But the other part, the other way I would answer the question as well is that leaders have to embrace what I would call a perpetual beta mindset. We should always be testing and learning and adapting. And that means getting comfortable with I think leaders need to embrace what I call a perpetual beta mindset, where you're always testing and learning, you're always trying new things and adapting to what you find. And that means not getting comfortable, or not just getting comfortable with past successes, but instead fostering a culture and a mindset that values experimentation, speed, and customer obsession. And I think the brands that adopt faster are the ones who will be the winners. Well, I guess the biggest myth about the customer experience, and assuming you know what customers want, is that the majority of businesses report metrics that really only talk about what happened rather than why things happened. So if you're in the retail industry, for example, or other industries where you're selling products online, you'll be sitting in a trading meeting talking about things like conversion rates. And that's a great measure of what's happened, but that's all that is. It's a backward-facing measure. It doesn't tell you why that happened. And what I'm more interested in understanding is, if your conversion rate is 5%, why did 95% of customers actually leave the website every day last week without buying something? It's that level of insight that can help you to make very different decisions. So that for me is one of the myths that I think we need to address. I also think that often brands think too often that loyalty is driven by things like price and promotions. And although price is important and promotions are important, in reality, loyalty is driven through connections, through delivering seamless experiences for customers and brands that align with that customer's values. And I think if you can do all of that, then you can really be successful. So competing solely on price, in my experience and in my opinion, is really just a race to the bottom. Another myth I'd probably like to share is that customers don't just want efficiency. While speed and convenience are really important, what actually differentiates a brand is personalization and authenticity. We've been talking about personalization and CRM, customer relationship management, for as long as I can remember, pretty much 29, 30 years. I buy stuff online and in stores all the time, and I can count on one finger the amount of times in literally a year I'll receive what I consider to be a truly personalized piece of communication that reflects who I am, what I like, what I don't like, what I purchased previously. So there's a lot of work there, I think, that we still have to do. People don't just want transactions, they want relationships. But I think businesses that fail to humanize that customer experience are going to risk losing out to those that do. The issue with most businesses that sell products to an end user or to a customer, to a consumer, whatever it happens to be, is that they treat these, I think, far too transactionally. Customers don't just buy products, they buy experiences, they buy emotions, and they have a sense, or they help to provide a sense of belonging. And if you really want loyalty, you've got to give them something to believe in. Brands that stand for something bigger than just their product and consistently deliver on their promises, well, they create a level and a kind of advocacy that no marketing budget can buy. The marketer's nirvana is for people like me and people like you, for other customers, to go and be the recruiters of other customers, because we had such a good experience with your brand that we went and told other people about how great it was. And that's got to be what every business should really be aiming for. Over and above that, surprising and delighting customers. Loyalty is not built through points programs alone, certainly not in my experience. It's built through unexpected moments, wow moments, moments of surprise and delight that make customers just feel that bit special and valued. And the brands that go above and beyond and go the extra mile, whether that's an unexpected gift, whether it's a handwritten note or a seamless experience, they are the ones that customers talk about. For anyone that I have the privilege of presenting to, my goal is to challenge conventional thinking and inspire them to take action. I don't just want to give people that listen to my talks ideas. I want them to feel so energized that they walk away ready to do something differently. Now, whether that's rethinking how they measure success or how they engage customers, I want them to leave with a new perspective and, even more importantly, with a plan of action, stuff that they can take back to their business to do things even better.